Hi guys, today we're down at Agnew Volvo. We're going to take a test drive in the new EX90, which is a fully electric 7-seat SUV. Let's jump in, go for a drive. We've just jumped into the EX90. This is Volvo's newest EV. It's based on the XC90, so it's a 7-seat SUV. It's a great big family car. First time we've been in it. This demo has just arrived last week, so we're probably one of the first to get out and actually do a review. Well, when I say one of the first, one of the amateur video reviews in Belfast, which is what we're getting famous for. But we've just jumped in. The first off, cabin looks very nice. Volvo have had this big screen in the car in previous models, in the XC90. We can see a new design screen in front of me here as well, showing range there of 250 miles. Now it is a fairly new car, so that should improve. The launch sort of model is known as the Ultra. There's an Ultra twin motor and an Ultra twin motor performance. So this is the twin motor model, which starts at about £96,000. Goes up to about 100,000 thereabouts for the performance. But having a wee look around, everything's very nicely laid out with some nice touches with the Bowers and Wilkins sound system, which anyone that has had one of those in the car will know it's a good premium sound. Quite a few nice finishing touches, a lot of this sort of piano black trim, leather dash, a funny sort of wood type material on there, bit different, but obviously there are different options with it as well. I actually don't mind that. Some nicely finished metal buttons and things as well. The sat nav, as we can see here, is sort of like Google Maps. It does run off Google Maps, which is quite funky, and when you're driving then you can actually see buildings that you're passing rather than images. But let's go for a drive and we'll see how it goes. So this car weighs something like 2.8 tons, so it is it's a big wagon, but then you've got to think the XC90 is a big car anyway. There are very few 7-seat EVs on the market. Kia EV9 would be one of them. This would sit above the Kia, so just more premium sort of car. List prices are definitely a bit higher. Although it is expensive, to start with, if you look at the plug-in hybrids in the XC90, which have been quite popular for company car drivers, we've done quite a few of the T8 PHEVs, but you could easily be £75,000–80,000 in one of those. I believe the new ones actually are probably a wee bit more, so if you're going to go for the fully electric, obviously there's going to be a premium. But you still have those benefits if you put it through the business, you know, of any EV. Very low benefit in kind. You've also fuel savings as well. Both the Ultra and the Ultra Performance are about 375 miles of range, which is brilliant for something this size. So there's clearly a lot of batteries underneath. Sitting here right now, you wouldn't really know, but I haven't seen in the back yet, so I don't know if we've lost boot space or floor space, but we'll check that out when we pull over. So one cool wee feature, the key. Do quite like that, nice, fits in the pocket well. These lights are pretty class, very modern looking LEDs. We also have the Volvo sign lit up there. Alloys 22-inch. Like all EVs, they have these sort of plastic aerodynamic covers on. I suspect you can pull these off, but with a brand new 100-odd grand car, I'm not going to start doing that or I'll get in trouble. The mirrors, we have like infinity type mirrors. I don't know if that's what they're called. That's what I've been calling them, because the glass goes to the right to the outer edges with blind spot detection. cameras, here, there, everywhere, and that comes together to give you a 360-degree camera for when you're reversing and parking the car. Because it's keyless, that will just work on the, it should work. Oh, there we go, nearly took my finger with it. Again, just for opening, there's a sensor on it there. All pretty good. So with your charging in here, again, just pretty much where your fuel would go. Nothing strange about that. In the back, this is still a big SUV. There's a flat floor in it there, so it's not like you're losing space because of the batteries. I'm not sure if there's any difference with the EX90, maybe a wee bit with legroom, but I can't really see too much difference there. You have your heat controls, you've heated seats in the back as well. So let's take a wee look in the back. Boot space looks massive. So the EX90 does have a massive boot. Even with the seats up, you do have a fair bit of space as well. This looks exactly the same. You wouldn't think there's any batteries at all under there. Actually, there's a massive compartment here as well. So if you need more storage space, which is quite handy too if you have the back seats up, you know, you can pile your stuff there and have stuff underneath. But you have two full-size back seats in there. So this is a true 7-seat car that's fully EV, which is brilliant because there's very few in the market, albeit this is a pretty premium one. I'll say back of the car looks well. Whole car's freshened up. I suppose just a bit of a sort of facelift on what the EX90 has become as well, but it does look pretty good, and we've had a few people sort of check the car out when we drove up, especially coming out of Volvo. Had a couple which took quite an interest in it, should we say. But let's hop back in and we'll go for another drive. So we're just nearly back at the dealership. So just a wee recap on the car here. Obviously it's fully electric, does start around 96 grand. It will benefit company car drivers, you know, to put it through a business. So certainly that's where most EVs go these days. But what's more interesting about this car is it's a 7-seat SUV, which is also an EV. There's very few about, so we were just keen to see, you know, does it do the job as well as the XC90? And to be honest, it does. It actually, the electric suits a big car like this so well. It's so smooth. The air suspension's brilliant. The seats, everything's comfortable. It's really nice to drive. Space-wise, you don't feel the cabin's cramped at all from batteries underneath. Whatever the way they've built this car, you wouldn't even know they're there. So in the back there's plenty of space. The third row seats, boot, all of that is very spacious. So for a 7-seat car, you know, I don't think there'd be an awful lot of difference between this and an XC90. I haven't looked at what the dimensions are, but certainly from looking in them, it doesn't seem any different. The other thing as well, a lot of people will use SUVs to tow. EVs typically aren't great for towing, but this will actually tow 2.2 tons, so it's 2,200 kilos, which actually makes it, you know, pretty good if you have a horse box or caravan or whatever. Now, towing, if you are towing something like that, obviously your range will go down. But then if it's a diesel, the same thing happens. You know, you lose out in the MPGs. You know, it's the same principle in an EV, but you just have that worry of where you're going to charge. Say the range in these is 375 miles, which they quote, I'd imagine on a sunny summer day, you know, you're maybe realistically 300. If you're doing more than that, you're probably doing well. But that's pretty good for something that weighs 2.8 tons. you're towing a horse or caravan, expect that to drop quite considerably. But then if you're towing a horse, are you going to be towing it that far? Probably not. So that will work quite well for the horsey people out there. So here we are back at the dealership. Very impressed with this car. Obviously 100 grand car, you're going to expect it to be nice, but it drives really, really well. Very smooth. Air suspension feels really nice. Just a comfortable ride. The seats are great. Really nice soft leather. Very comfortable. Everything just wraps around nicely. Very premium. Definitely this is a car we would recommend, and I will be recommending to customers. If you need a 7-seater and want to put it through the business, going EV, this is definitely worth a look if the budget allows it. It ticks a lot of boxes with space, family car, tow car, economical, powerful, tax efficient for a business, all of that. So it works very, very well. A great all-rounder. Again, if your budget allows it. Wait time on them, lead time, sorry, is maybe 2 to 3 months. There are cars knocking about, so you wouldn't have to wait too long on one either. But if you need any quotes or anything like that, head over to the website, carmercial-leasing.com, fill out one of the contact forms, and we'll give you a shout back.